figured he'd pick up on it. But hello, everybody. We're back. Still finishing a text. Did you say a sext or a text? I heard sext.
Oh, it's a sext. I just got it.
He's got a lady. Oh, geez. Plot twist.
And welcome back, everybody, to the Fifth Line Podcast. Today, we're going to be beginning Sans Eric because, unfortunately, he's still a student. So he still has
Getting a master's degree in
studently
shit.
things. Studently things, we'll say. So he's going to be joining us a little bit later on. And because of that, we're going to start with a whole lot of non-hockey stuff because Eric is not a huge golf fan. So if we talk about golf without him here, I don't think he'd have much to say on the matter anyway. So
you carry that master's bag, boys, because
it kind of works out. So the Masters was this weekend. Obviously, a big one of the 4 golf majors. Always takes place at Augusta National, one of the most historic courses in the United States of America. And I'd love to go play there one day, but I think I'd get wrecked by it, I'm sure. But yeah, so actually, some history.
If this podcast ever blows up, maybe we'll get the invite.
I wonder how much the memberships cost. I bet it's freaking stupid.
I don't think it's even open.
You have to be invited.
Brian was looking it up earlier today. I think they open the course. From what Brian told me, they open the course one day a year to play the Masters, and that's it.
So you have to be invited to play.
No, membership is believed. Oh well, this is believed because apparently it's probably secretive. But membership is believed to cost between $100,000 and $300,000 annually.
What the frig?
I don't know. This is the first thing I Googled.
I mean, I believe it, but holy.
Frig that.
Jesus, dude. You'd have to make like $1 million for that to even be a thing. But even then, that's 10% of your yearly salary. If you were like $1 million a year, you can't even do that.
Membership costs at Augusta are relatively low for. Oh, this is Golf Magazine. Okay. The initiation fee is estimated to be in the range of $40,000, and yearly dues are estimated at a few $1,000s a year. So,
so it's a lot to be initiated.
Far too much.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so anyway, history was made, and Hideki Matsuyama has become the first Japanese player to win the Masters.
To ever win the Masters.
Yep.
Well, look at that.
Yeah. It almost didn't end that way, though.
Ooh, man. It was a little scary when he went.
If Schauffele wouldn't have double bogeyed or...
He triple bogeyed. He triple
bogeyed that par 3. That, I think he would have probably won it.
It was close. It would have been close. And then they were going up 18. It's par 4, and Matsuyama needed a bogey to win. And his approach shot went into a bunker, and I was like, ooh.
Then he chipped out, missed his par putt, ended up bogeying.
Just to win by 1.
And 1 by 1, yep.
Yep, it was pretty cool. And then, of course, Dustin Johnson was there to put the jacket on him. I didn't get to see that because that was not allowed, or that was not available via ESPN+. You had to have...
Oh, was he last year's winner?
Yes.
Yeah, because usually the jacket stuff, I remember when DJ got it last year, it was like an hour after the last hole was even done. It was just like, okay, I'm waiting. That's what's happening here.
Yeah, they do usually take their time with that. So notable players and their positions. I only have like 4 people here, but Xander Schauffele and Jordan Spieth were tied for 3rd, and Brooks Koepka and DJ missed the cut. So last year's champion missed the cut on Friday and had to hang out the whole weekend just to put a jacket on.
Golf is kind of weird in that.
Second.
No, never mind.
You got second's going to be an up and comer. That guy's going to be good.
Yeah, I think so.
Who is this?
It's Will Zalatoris. Is that how you say it?
I don't know. I expected to know that name.
I barely
fresh
even know.
Out of Wake Forest. I mean, a couple years anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
There's a meme that's going around. You guys have seen Happy Gilmore, right?
Oh, of course.
Yes.
Of course.
Okay, so there's a meme actually that Adam Sandler tweeted I don't know if you can really call it a meme. I guess it is a meme. So early in Happy Gilmore, on like his first like course that he goes to play, they give him a caddy, right? Remember the scrawny little blonde
He
kid?
does look like that kid. Oh my
He
god.
took
I don't even
a
remember
picture from the movie
He
with that kid
does.
and put it side by side with this guy. It was so funny because it's like, holy shit, these guys look alike.
So what happens in the movie is they give him this caddy. They like provide him a caddy, and it's just this like, I don't know, 15-year-old kid, if that, blonde hair. And he picks up Happy's clubs and starts walking away, and Happy chases him down and like tackles him and like pushes him down.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
where do you
I've
think you're
seen
going
the
with those?
side-by-side.
I'm your
Dude.
caddy, Mr. Gilmore.
He does look weirdly like him.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I see
Yep.
the side by
He grew up. He grew up, and he's here to play now.
How about that?
That's pretty
But
cool.
yeah, so congrats to Hideki Matsuyama. And you know, that's just more all that's gonna do is grow the game of golf overseas, which it's been growing a lot anyway since Tiger, just because Tiger eclipsed golf and became just like a just a icon, like a pop culture icon. But yeah. So I think it's good for Japan, good for the game of golf, and it's just a cool story.
Yeah, Justin Rose had a lead going into the weekend, and then just kind of chunked it up today or yesterday afternoon and today, and you know he still played really good, but it just sucks that like you're leading the first 3 days, and then last day just like.
So I think what happened is, and for those who don't know, Augusta National is, I believe, in the U.S. the closest thing you'll ever find to a like European style links course. It's very hard. It's usually you can't really spin the ball very much. Usually it's going to run wherever. And they got rain on Saturday. That was yesterday, right? They got rain. Yeah, and then so people in the afternoon who played through the rain actually were able to control their ball a little more, and some of those people were Hideki Matsuyama and Xander Schauffele, so they were able to take advantage of it, take advantage of what some would call bad weather, and yeah.
But good for those. So I believe it's top 12 who finish like this season or this year's Masters get an automatic like invite back for next year. So.
Yep.
Those guys who played really good. The top of the leaderboard stayed the same. The only person that really pulled in was John Rahm today. I think he shot a 66, which is one of the best rounds one of the best rounds
on that course.
Shot all day. Yeah.
Yeah. Congrats to him as well. Awesome finish in the Masters and a new baby. So literally like 2 days before the tournament, the baby was born. So. That's pretty cool. He only had like one practice round or something.
He had one practice round.
Yep. So that's enough of the Masters. Let's talk about what actually matters, Nick. And that's you and me playing. Because that's where the real competition is.
There's decidedly less swearing in the Masters.
Yes. It's less entertaining.
It wasn't that bad. We actually played pretty good. Well, we both shot 93.
We both shot 93 on Friday. Yep, on 18. Yep. We did play. We were playing the correct tees for our skill level. Those are the correct tees. That's what we should be.
What were you playing?
Yeah.
We were playing the whites.
Typically play off of blue at that course every time I've played with like Logan and Nick, I play the blues. We moved up and played the whites because it's a shorter course. It is a shorter course to begin with.
Sure,
but we've just always played the blues because it's not there isn't a significant difference between the blues and the whites, so we just figured to challenge ourselves a little bit. But I seem to have ironed out the slicing issue on my drives. There was only a couple that weren't good.
So you don't aim like 70 degrees the wrong way anymore?
Now it's like 30 degrees he aims.
Damn, that's way less entertaining though, because then you would actually end up hitting it down the middle and it would look way cool.
Yeah, now I just hit a little baby
baby fade, yeah. Yeah, I still got that. I still got that as well.
I didn't even know what I got.
We'll never know what Ben's got. Ben's got both.
In a while.
Both come out to play when Ben
plays.
They
honestly do. I like it. It's like 3 out of every 10 are straight, and then the other 7 is just kind of.
Maybe. they'll go this direction. Maybe they'll go that
Who
direction.
knows? It's a mystery. It's fun that way.
Yeah. So on Friday we played 18, and to shoot 93, I birdied the final hole with a pitch in from like 70 yards. And it was really freaking funny because I hit it. So here, let me start it and then I'll kick it to you. I'm 70 yards out and I can't hit very far whatsoever. I don't know why. It's because I'm small. I'm not sure. But so from 70 yards, I take a pitching wedge and I'm just gonna like do a little 3/4 swing because I'd rather do that than try and swing hard at something else. So I hit it and Danielle's in the cart next to me and I'm like, oh Danielle, this could go in because it's right on line with the flag. It drops like a little to the left of the flag and I'm like, oh, that's gonna be close. And then Nick yells from like way on the other side of the fairway. He's like, yeah, that just went in.
Yeah. So I hit my first shot into the middle of the fairway and took it. Was it my 3-iron and hit it up right off the edge of the bunker. So I was up right towards the green, getting ready for my next shot.
Yep.
And I'm just standing there watching it, and I'm ahead of the ball, up on the right side. Or Mike's ball,
he can see the hole.
Right
he can
side.
see the hole.
And yeah. So I'm watching it fly through the air, and I'm like, "Oh man, that looks good." And just watching it roll, and I'm watching it roll toward this pin, and it just goes. Bloop.
Yep, I didn't believe him.
Hey, that's in.
I didn't believe him.
He's like, "No, it didn't." I'm like, "Why the fuck would I lie about that?"
I thought you were because tell me it wouldn't be funny to say that and then watch me walk up and be like, "You son of a bitch! You said it was in. It's like over the green."
I would do that too.
Oh, well, that's nice. Thank you for that. One more quick thing. Today, me and Danielle played a quick 9, and we went to the driving range right before. And you know Matt Wolf, he's got that weird swing. We like to attempt it sometimes when we're just messing around. Yeah, he brings when he takes the club away, he takes it away way on the outside. And then it curls around behind him and then comes in like really from the inside to the out.
He also's got a weird knee bend.
He does I call it a little dance move at the beginning. So I tried it, and usually I try it and I smack my driver off the ground. And this time I did it, and I hit the most solid contact with the driver I've hit in a very long time, and it just went so straight. And I was like, what the frig? This guy might be onto something.
Maybe you found your new swing there, bud.
I was gonna say. So what are you saying? Is this how you're gonna hit your driver now?
Well, I've started.
Just get the reps in. Just do
I got
300 reps of that in a few days at the driving range. By the end, you'll have it.
During the round, I didn't do exactly that, but I was able to get it more from the inside to the out, so I stopped hitting a giant slice and I was just hitting a little fade. And my driver has actually become the best club in my bag, which I don't like because you can't use it in the fairways. So, or you can, but there's very few times you want to. All right, gentlemen, it's been a very long time since we've talked about this, and I know Nick doesn't want to.
What are you talking about? Oh, fantasy.
The fantasy leaguers. The fantasy leaguers. It's been pretty stagnant for a while, and there's been a slight shakeup after last night. I have taken the bronze medal spot away from Nicholas.
Did you?
I took it. It didn't update this morning. It hadn't been updated yet for some reason. But it is updated now, and I have taken it. I'm 30 points ahead of you or something.
17 points ahead of him.
Okay, never mind. It's only 17.
Yeah, whatever, dude. Kiss my ass. And you're fucking blowing me out tonight too.
Friggin' right,
you're at
bud.
26 tonight. He's at 56.
Yep. So now I just gotta keep chipping away, trying to get up towards that number 1 spot. I'm trying. My team's finally doing something.
I'm just holding that place down.
Ben's hoping to God that Danielle doesn't take 5th away from him.
It's a very heated competition for 5th place, I will tell you now.
Yeah.
And then you got 300 points to catch me, so good luck.
Yeah, no, he's not close anymore. He was sort of close to me for like
I
a
was
couple
like
days.
within like 150 at one point, and then
I
you
guess-
just
I
kind
thought you were
of
closer,
opened it back up.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I
my-
never really got any closer than that. It might have. I don't know. If it was, it wasn't much more than that.
Yeah, my team started to remember that.
I think that was.
They could score.
I think that coincided with Toronto's like little slump there, and then
Yeah, it probably did. And now they're back to 6 in a row, and Matthews has just been doing Matthews things again. Yeah, yep. I'm liking my pick for the Rocket Richard winner, I must say.
yeah, that's turning out to look pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I know we've got Eric coming in, I guess 20 minutes or so.
Yes.
So we're gonna move on, to a trade for me, because the Lightning have done some more things to do some things, and they've picked up one of the players that pisses me off the most when they play Columbus, which is David Savard, because he's big and he hits people and they get hurt.
So now he can be big and hit
he's-
other people for your team.
Exactly. But my thing is, I wonder, and I know like it's all professionals and whatnot, but I wonder if there'll be any beef when he comes in, just because of the rivalry that's there. Because there is a rivalry between Columbus and Tampa Bay, all because of that 2019 playoff series. Freaking son of a bitch. But yeah, I'm wondering if there will be any heat between any of the Tampa Bay guys and any of the or in David Savard. You might think it's kind of weird that Tampa Bay is trying to get anyone, just because they are as good as they are and they are as set as they are in really every position except the position that he plays, which is the right side on defense. Because the Tampa Bay's, I think their number one righty defenseman is probably Eric Chernak.
Wait, is their left side the really strong one?
The left side is Hedman, Sergachev, McDonough. Sergachev though plays both. He can play both, and he does on the regular. But yeah, other than that, it's like Eric Chernak, and then I think it's Jan Ruda. Yeah, exactly. I haven't heard of him. He's good, but I mean he's not anything good, anything great. And I think David Savard's gonna fit in quite well.
Wait, he's a defenseman? I always thought he was a forward.
Nope, right shot defenseman. So I'm assuming he'll play the right side. Yeah, I'm excited. They're trying. They're trying for another one. And man, is Columbus selling? They are selling hard.
They got the notification that they're not going to make it.
Yeah,
So.
yes they did. Yeah, yeah, and there goes one of my picks, because that was one of my picks.
Go into the playoffs, didn't you?
That was one of my picks to go into the playoffs. So there it goes. So
I think I did too.
moving on, you might have. I think a couple of us did think that they were going to do something. Man, dude, I really did. But moving on to them selling even more, and this one surprised me. The Toronto one. Yeah, because that's
I don't know.
Your captain.
Well, I mean, he's kind of like he's pretty cooked, I think.
He's not. I mean, he's not a great player,
Sorry,
but like
I just glitched again. Did you say you're talking about Nick Foligno?
Yeah. Because like that's their captain for 2 draft picks.
Yeah, he has.
They've been talking about moving him for a few weeks now, and statistically, he's kind of fallen off this season.
Oh yeah, no, he's not.
Games.
He's not really a big scorer. He's like a power forward. He's another one that pisses me off. God.
Yeah,
so honestly, good.
Think about it. It's not like Toronto doesn't need another old veteran in their locker room, right? Like they don't need another captain. They've got fucking 3 of them.
He is what he is to them is I don't think he's an old classification yet. I'd call him middle-aged for hockey. But what he is a tough power forward that they've got a bunch of now that they didn't have before. And I think he's a tougher one because we know Simmons got hurt, and he's like the only really tough one. So this and Foligno also is just he's a good guy to have in the playoffs. As much as I hate to say
That's not the move I expected Toronto to make, though.
Yeah, I figured goalie.
Which I don't necessarily think they're done either. They could
maybe
still
not.
make a move for
This
a goalie
is
here.
yeah. This is on. This is being recorded on Sunday night, 4/11. And the trade deadline is Tuesday.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
I believe it's tomorrow.
Tomorrow at noon, right?
Tomorrow at
Yeah.
noon. So
if there's ever going to be an episode that was going to immediately be out of date,
yes, it's this one. It is this one.
Yeah, we got a little boned on this one.
that's all right.
Just because we record on Sundays.
Oh yeah. Maybe.
Yep. So Toronto got Nick Foligno and Stefan Nosen.
I have
San
no
Jose.
idea who that is.
I also do not.
When Ben doesn't know who it is, you know it's a no-namer.
Is he
I have never heard that name in my life.
I'm thinking he might. I'm thinking he might be a.
Heard of Nosek was a guy on the Golden Knights.
Yeah, I remember Nosek.
I've never heard of a Nosek.
Because I thought when I looked at the name, I thought maybe Eric had a typo. Because I thought maybe it was Nosek. It's supposed to be Nosek.
It's Nosen.
Yeah. I checked. I don't have his stats.
Is he a forward?
But I will in a second. I believe he's a winger.
So
He's a right winger.
Contract. They just are. It's wow. They have a lot of forwards under contract now.
Something is telling me. Oh dear. Okay, well, this year he has 5 games played, 0, 0, and 0.
Yeah, he's not. I don't think he was viewed as really much.
So
I
he was just a throw-in, I guess.
A throw-in for.
See,
if I had to guess, maybe. I don't know anything about this trade, if I'm being honest. But if I had to guess, maybe San Jose at some point of that took salary from somebody to make it happen, because you can do that.
Yes, you are correct, actually. So I forgot. I totally forgot about that. I read it and I totally forgot. So they get Nosen, and they give San Jose a 4th-round pick in 2021. San Jose, I believe, takes 75% of Foligno's salary.
Oh,
yeah.
I was wondering how Toronto afforded
And 25.
him. And
25 goes on to Toronto. So they give them a pick for a no one right now, and they take their salary.
For San Jose's case, I guess, get a pick if you're not
move.
using that cap space anyway, and you could have the money to do that. Then
Solid enough move, yeah.
4th round pick.
It still baffles me that Toronto is able to pick up anyone. Like, what kind of friggin'? That's some
cap shenaniganery right
there.
there.
Wizard with the books.
That's some
navigation.
navigation.
It just comes back down to, okay, why do we have a hard salary cap when it's just, all right, if you just have enough teams being like, well, if we do this, then it's just not anymore. Which this isn't me being mad about trial. Like, it's just dumb across the board. You see this happen all the time. I'm just like,
yep, LTIR baby.
Yeah,
which that actually might help the Habs a bit, but
which is probably helping Toronto right now too, with Freddie being out.
Yes,
yeah,
he's out.
I think they put him on, and that means he won't be able to, because I think they went back above in terms of cap. So they won't be able to bring him back until playoffs. So he can't
play until playoffs. Ooh, interesting.
I mean, the way Jack Campbell's playing right now, I don't think they're that mad at that.
Jack Campbell, by the way, he has now the Leafs record for most consecutive wins at the beginning of a season with 10.
I thought he got to 11.
Did he get to 11? 11 is the...
I believe. I think he got to 11 with the Sens game.
Oh, my days.
Because Steve Dangle's title today was Jack Campbell 11.
Oh, I see. So yeah, that's 11, and I believe that is the NHL record. So if he wins his next game, he's got the NHL record for most consecutive wins at the beginning of a season, and it took him almost to the end of the season.
Yes.
That's like that's similar to the 18-19 Lightning goalie tandem, who were the first tandem to ever have both their goalies had 10+ win streaks. But Dominguez took multiple seasons to get to, I think.
Oh, just because he didn't.
Because he never played. He never played.
But still Ericless. Hopefully to come soon. That little bastard. But we're gonna skip over what was in our lineup.
Interesting
and,
Habs trade. Interesting Habs trade, or less not interesting Habs trade.
It's generous. They acquired John Merrill from the Detroit Red Wings for Hayden Verbeek.
Don't know who either of those dudes are. John Merrill rings a bell.
He was with New Jersey for a while, and then Vegas grabbed him in the expansion draft, I think, and they did some stuff with Vegas for a bit.
Is he gonna play Is he gonna play like on the team?
Maybe. If he does, he's gonna be he's like a third pairing guy.
Oh, he's a D man.
Yeah, give us a little goddamn context. Nobody knows who the fuck John Merrill is or whatever the fuck he said.
I just told you.
Joe Merrill.
I was getting there. What do you want me to just vomit it all out in one sentence as soon as I start talking? Holy fuck.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know about them Habs boys.
I mean, it's
hearing Elliot Friedman say that Bergevin was kicking tires on Ryan Getzlaf had me really feeling like, what are we doing here?
What is that?
What it's getting to that point. No.
Old ass washed up center, is that what you said?
Oh, yeah, exactly. It's what are we doing here time in Montreal is where we're at.
You know what he's doing? He's gonna reunite Getzlaf and Corey Perry, and they're gonna wreck.
I don't think that's the answer.
Oh, it's definitely not. It's an answer. It's not the right one.
Although Corey Perry was probably the Habs' best forward this week, and that tells you about everything you need to know about how the Habs' week went.
Yeah.
I don't even really want to talk about him because, yeah.
I'll tell you a little note about Ottawa. Ian Mendez said he thinks that Alex Formenton is probably the quickest guy to ever put on a Senators jersey.
So he's the fastest Sen ever?
He's a speedy little bastard.
Apparently, I haven't seen anything of him, but
nice.
Well, cool.
Very nice.
I hope Caulfield stays in Laval is where I'm at with the Habs.
Why?
Who's peeing?
I don't want him anywhere near this team.
It's better. It's better for a young guy to excel on a team than have to carry a team. I can very easily see them being like, just come right up and just fix all of our scoring problems and just do all of the things because you're totally going to be able to do that as a guy just out of college coming into the NHL, right? They've already done that. Obviously not the same situation because he wasn't just coming out of college, but they've already done that with
so many guys.
Like Patch is the most recent one I can remember.
I mean, Patch, and he ended up kind of figuring his shit out.
He did what he could for sure.
He had a few years, because they did the same fucking thing to him earlier on, where they were depending on him to be too much, and he struggled for 2 or 3 years, and then he became a reliable 30-goal scorer.
Yeah.
But then they still didn't surround him with anything. But yeah, no, I would rather because Laval's crushing it, so keep him down there. Maybe he'll win a Calder Cup. Who knows?
Yeah.
And just kind of let him.
What if they sneak in and get their 4th spot? Wouldn't you want them on your team for the playoffs?
Nope, because they're gonna get smacked. They're not doing anything.
They're not gonna.
Doing anything. They're not beating Toronto. The last game I watched them play Toronto. They had a good period.
See, I don't get that. Like
period.
So how come Montreal's better than Ottawa? Yes, we know that.
Yeah.
But how can Ottawa they're playing Toronto 6-5? Like they played them to 6-5 last night.
That could be another situation of a top team playing down to a shitty team. It's
also,
the Lightning.
I don't know, and Ottawa just always.
Maybe you're right. Maybe they turned it off, backed off a little bit in the third. Because Matthews had his hattie in the second. So
I also think there just is to some degree in hockey, just because it's such a random sport, there just are some matchups and some teams that either mentally or just there's just something where because it seems like there's always just something with Toronto and Ottawa where the games are a lot closer than they should be. But I don't fucking know with the Habs, man. I don't know. They've won 17 and lost 19. I'm fairly certain is what their count is at right now. Just so happens that 9 of those 19 have been in overtime, so they're in a playoff spot.
Yeah, and they're in that playoff spot by a healthy margin. It's the healthiest
Calgary's
margin.
Determined
in the
to
league.
just be worse somehow.
6 points.
They see the Habs doing their thing and they're like,
They did get a win last night.
I mean, okay, cool. What's that, like 2 and like 15 now? They've been
but they had
bad.
to rely on Markstrom to get a shutout. So
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with them. That's even more confusing. But I don't know. I am just honestly with the Habs. I'm just like, all right, just play the rest of the season out. Do not blow your load tomorrow, which I'm really, really worried Bergevin's going to do something dumb. Hopefully he won't, and they'll just kind of see what happens.
Did he just say?
Yep.
Did he just say that?
Yes, I did say.
I was very confused by that, but I understand it now.
Yeah. I'm not very happy with the Habs at the moment, but who knows? I don't know. They're probably gonna make the playoffs, and I don't know. Maybe Price goes Terminator mode and decides to do something, but
Price would have to.
Basically, that's what I'm thinking at this point.
Or maybe Jake Allen.
The one promising thing today is they finally separated the Weber-Edmondson pairing. It's Weber-Kulak now, and that maybe could work. In my head, I'm like, yeah, that does actually sound like something that could be good, but I don't know.
You know what would work?
Play Toronto tomorrow, so
Weber-Sergachev.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
Don't you even dare.
No, I'm saying it would have been nice.
Dude, Jonathan Drouin is having another year with like
J. Drew.
His goals are low.
He has 2 on the year, yeah.
Listen, I think what we're seeing here is that he needs help. Or he's just bad.
He's actually finally. This is probably the best forward core he's had. Which I mean,
that's true. Yeah. Who does he play with?
It's kind of. I mean, lately it's been up and down. The line he was on the longest was with Suzuki at center, Anderson on the wing, which was pretty solid to start
that was really
the year.
Good at the beginning, yeah.
Like it was pumping at the beginning of the year, and then
I was gonna ask, is he a center? Apparently not.
No, he's a
I was gonna say if he's a center, then I see that. Like he might only score a handful of goals, but get a truckload of assists, just like Ryan Getzlaf notoriously did not score. Like
he actually does kind of have a lot of assists.
Yeah, he always got like a shitload of assists every season.
That does seem to be a thing, doesn't it? Like centers being more assist heavy than goal heavy.
I mean, yeah, because they're usually they have more of a like their hands on the puck more often. They're distributing the puck more. I mean,
but for a winger to have 2 goals,
19 assists, he has 21 points in 38 games. Like, I mean, it could be worse, I guess.
Yeah,
but,
he's had worse seasons.
I don't know, man. I don't really want to talk about the Habs anymore, so everybody else can go.
All right, Nick, you said the Formenton thing. Do you have anything else to add?
Yeah, what's going on in Ottawa?
They're trading Brady Tkachuk.
Still platooning their lower level goalies.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Nothing really.
The other night, what was it? Forsberg? Is that his name?
Forsberg played last night.
Oh yeah, and he got lit up a little bit.
Yeah. Hogberg came back a couple nights ago. Finally. Looked okay.
Looked all right.
I didn't watch the game, but
Hogberg.
From what I read, he looked okay. I don't know.
That's my favorite name to say in the NHL.
Cool.
Hogberg.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. All right, I'll talk about my Lightning then, if nobody else wants to go. All right, so they are tied up top with Carolina in the Discover Central. They are 28-11-2, 5-5-0 in their last 10. They've had kind of an iffy stretch there. They had like 3 losses in a row, and now they're up to 2 wins in a row. So all is well. They still have a plus 40 differential, and it looks like we've got Eric here now. So pretty solid timing there.
In here.
Pretty solid timing.
What's shaking, Bacon?
What's up, Eric?
I don't want to even get into it. I'm going to rage really hard. Just
We'll hop right into the
Yeah,
episode.
we will cruise through this so that you can go rage in peace.
No, it's okay. No, this will help me if it just group projects suck. That's all.
Yes.
I mean, yes.
Yes, they do.
Yeah. So that's all I'm gonna say.
Sounds pretty normal for college group projects.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. So we skipped over it, but we're going to head back to it now. The Isles, with probably the biggest move of all of our teams.
Yeah.
Actually, definitely the biggest move of all of our teams.
I don't know. John Merrill, man.
John Merrill, he's going to provide something.
Wait, his last name is Mayo?
Merrill, Merrill.
I thought you were saying Mayo. John Merrill.
Anyway,
John Mayo.
the much more interesting trade. New York Islanders. Rickman. It's your moment.
So the Islanders have acquired Travis Zajac, Nick's favorite devil, and and Kyle Palmieri, who I don't know the outcome of this game right now, but they're playing the Rangers, and Palmieri scored a power play goal. So yeah,
Nice.
Already,
yeah. But yeah, huge trade in the sense that the Islanders, I don't know, I can't remember recently the last time they made like a big. I think the Islanders' last like big name trade was Thomas Vanek. If any of you guys remember him.
Oh yeah.
Grab him,
yeah,
from Buffalo.
I remember that.
Yes, but like other than that, the Islanders, they haven't really done anything like of this significance in a while. So they're definitely trying to gear up for the playoffs. And when you look at both those guys, I know we talked about Palmieri a few times when we were talking about potential trades, so that was to be expected. Zajac was not expected.
Yeah, that was the one that surprised me.
I was surprised to see him. Zajac's been a lifer devil, and I was like, oh, he's gonna be one of these guys to just ride out his whole career with the team. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope, he wants a cup. He wants a cup.
So I don't.
For him. And it's cool that the Devils would package him in a deal. Like he's at the end of his career anyway at this point. But like it's cool that they package him in a deal to a cup contender.
Yeah. Benny, what were you gonna say?
I was just saying the Islanders are already killing it this year, and then going after two guys like this. I mean, there's nothing bad about it.
They're making a push.
Yeah,
There's a bunch of
Zajac
teams.
no slouch either. Zajak's a decent forward.
There's a bunch
he can
of
do
teams
stuff
that are making pushes like this.
Yeah. And yeah, Nick, you make a good point. Like it is pretty cool to see like Zajac gets a shot at a cup possibly. But I think so. What's interesting, I was thinking about this. I don't know if it's the best comparison, but a player on the Islanders who always it's like a love-hate relationship with the fan base. Well, I don't know. At least I think so. Josh Bailey, because he's kind of a guy that disappears sometimes, but he's like one of those. He's a lifer Islander. He's the longest tenured Islander. So, like when I think Zajac, I think he's the same thing with the Devils. He's just one of those depth guys that adds a lot to the team. Like he does a lot of things that I guess people who don't watch hockey that much may not notice. But he's like one of the like core veteran leaders of a group.
Yeah, there's a reason he's been able to stay with the Devils and play for however many years he's been in the league. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm excited. I'm excited for like a guy like that to be added to the Islanders, especially with all the kids coming up, Wahlstrom, Barzell, Bavillier, all those players. Just getting some like another like a solid player, obviously, who can do stuff, but also like a good locker room guy. And then Palmieri, he's the goal scorer. Not that Zajac. He's more of a well-rounded kind of guy, I'd imagine. Palmieri's supposed to be your goal scorer, so I hope he's kind of had an average season with it. I mean, the Devils have kind of just been having an season.
Yeah, they've just been average themselves.
Yeah, so I don't want to judge Palmieri on this season alone. But he's been kind of this year. But I hope maybe he can heat up with the Isles. That'd be super nice, especially they're in
surprised they didn't move Subban too.
What the frig?
Not saying too.
Sorry. Sorry. The Islanders won that game, Eric. In OT.
Nice.
And Washington is currently spanking Boston 8-1.
8-1.
8-1 right now with a minute to go.
I can check.
Wow.
Watch John Carlson only have like one assist and all that for me.
A brutal spanking is happening.
Yeah.
No, not even.
Keep her going. Keep her going. Sorry, I looked at the score and got surprised.
Dude, 2 minutes ago I looked at that score and it's at 6-1. So I'm just as surprised. But yeah, the Isles made a big move. I am really excited to see how it's going to pan out. The one thing I will say, the Devils' return, it was picks, right? I don't remember off the top of my head what it was, and I should.
Oh, geez. I don't think I wrote it down. Nope.
I was too busy writing down the.
AJ
Like all of,
Greer.
all
I
of
did
the
write it
bigger
down.
names that are out in the market that are worth anything, I'm glad that the Islanders got Palmieri over like
Hall.
Taylor Hall.
I think you got the better forward
Yeah.
in that especially the better forward for going into like a playoff run.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
because I mean, yeah, we're not gonna argue about the fact that Taylor Hall is probably significantly more talented, but
I don't know, man.
He's got talent. Like I'm not gonna
He's
be
got
like he's a
talent,
terrible
but,
hockey
like,
player, but
you gotta perform, bruh.
I've never once seen him put it all together really in like
Except for that one
moments.
season.
He had that one season, then that was a dandy of a season.
yo, I just hope that like Laine doesn't turn into Taylor Hall
I don't
because
think he will.
he's looking
Yeah.
like it right now.
I think Laine's a better
No,
player.
He's having a slump. He's having a slump at a
I think
team
he,
that's
I think
trying
he got
to.
put on a team with John Tortorella, and that was
They're
ended up
trying to
being-
turn him into something else. Yeah. So real quick, the Devils are getting AJ Greer, no idea. Mason
Yeah.
Jobst,
Jobs.
no
Okay.
idea.
Like that.
A 2021 first, which if everything goes to plan is going to be number 31, and a 2022 fourth. So
Okay. So
It's not
yeah,
horrible.
all right. Yeah,
it's
no,
not.
that's
It's not a terrible price.
and the
and if-
other. Oh yeah, sorry.
I was just gonna say if it gets you a cup, it's all worth it. So
Exactly right. The other thing
So-
too is New Jersey's retaining 50% of their salaries.
Both of
Are,
them.
Right.
are they just
Oh.
rentals or do they have any years on those contracts?
I think they're both expiring.
I think they're both expiring to answer that question, and I don't know if it's both of their contracts that are retained. That's a good question.
Probably just Palmieri's because I couldn't
I think
believe
it's
that
just Palmieri.
Zajak's making a ton of money.
Yeah.
They're
let me
UFAs
see.
in 21-22. So yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
they're expiring after the season.
They are
Travis Zajac
expiring.
was making 2.875, and Travis
Wow.
Zajac was making more than Kyle Palmieri.
Looks like
Or
it.
is this Cap Friendly display the like amount that they're paying? It probably
Huh.
does because they're saying how much that would be affecting
Oh, I see.
their.
So yeah, you think both of those were cut in half then, or like
Yeah.
those are the halves of
Yeah.
what they were before. That makes more sense because
yes,
those are low.
because I clicked on like Travis Zajac's like his
Yeah.
player self and cap hit 2.875, retained salary in New Jersey 2.875.
Yeah.
Yep.
So there we go.
Okay,
So it's
very
both.
nice, very nice.
So that's really nice.
Palmieri, it is the same thing but with 2.325.
Very nice, very nice. And Eric, how are you feeling about your Isles for this week?
This week?
This week.
I'm feeling pretty good. They lost to the Rangers 4-1. I didn't see the highlights of that game because I got angsty. I was like, oh, they lost. I'm not gonna watch this.
Angsty.
No, yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I think the weird thing about the Islanders, the weeks are all like blurring together. But
I mean, that's just
the-
life, yeah.
yeah, especially right now. But the Islanders cannot solve Pittsburgh, which is very weird. They can solve Washington, Boston, all these teams, but not Pittsburgh. So that's a little
Interesting.
strange. Yeah. Maybe it could be that after the sweep, the Islanders swept Pittsburgh, so they might have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder.
Pittsburgh's just like, yeah, fuck you,
Yeah,
boys.
literally, boys, yeah. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about the Isles. They're kind of, again, they're the Isles. They just kind of hang around and they do things pretty. I don't know. I guess like they're a stingy team, not the highest
Yeah.
scoring games,
Yeah.
and they kind of just do their thing quietly.
They
So
have a system and it works.
they do have a system. I think right now, towards the end of it, though, that's kind of like the Islanders. They had such a strong beginning half of the season because obviously their schedule did play a factor in that, with Buffalo and New Jersey and everything. So we'll
Yeah.
see how they handle the rest of the season. I hope. Like, I don't want them to ride a slump or anything into the playoffs.
No.
That would suck. But
You
I
don't want
am
that.
feeling pretty good. No, and I am feeling good though because especially Lee is out, right? So that's
Mhm.
that's a huge thing. But the addition of Palmieri and Zajac, like what's the with the deal that they got, getting those two forwards, like what's the worst that could happen? Well,
Yeah.
knock on wood. as an Islanders fan,
They both get injured.
yeah. Okay.
Now, Mike, don't need to go saying stuff like that.
sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
And
But yeah.
Yeah, it's an exciting time, and it's an exciting time to be an Isles fan. They're clearly they've got clearly they think they've got something, and I think they do as well.
Yeah.
And it's also an exciting time to be a Buffalo fan because Buffalo has won their 10th game of the season, ladies and gentlemen.
Holy shit, they made 10?
They
Look
got
at
to
that.
10. They beat Philly 5-3.
Jesus.
So
Fucking Philly.
What's going on with
Sabres,
Philly?
there we
Jesus
go.
Christ.
The goalies.
I think Carter Hart sucks balls all of a
Carter
sudden.
Hart just drop off the face of that. Why couldn't he have done that last fucking August? Holy God.
I think he was on his way to doing that. I think he was starting to.
Well, he was fucking going balls out during the Habs series.
Balls out, boys.
Yeah.
That's how you make saves.
B.O.B.
He was using this Schwanga as a blocker.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about that, but
Against a Shea Weber slap shot, that's not a good idea.
that's
Doesn't,
not
yeah,
a
that
good
doesn't
idea.
sound smart.
My God, that
You've got no
yeah, would not be good.
censorship from coming from the Fifth Line podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
No,
We're
no censor.
full-blown-
Every episode is explicit. Ben is actually responsible for most of that.
Am I? Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, so we've
And I'm
talked about
offender number 2.
yes, you are. All right, so we've talked about the Canadian division. Eric, you were a little absent for that. The Habs are poopy. They're a little poopy.
Yeah.
Make
5-0
me
to
sad.
Winnipeg. Gee.
Yeah, I was fine. I earlier in the night, Mike and Nick, when we were like going to dinner, I was like, "Ah, damn, I'm gonna miss the Habs game." And then as I kept checking the score, I was like, "Oh,
3-0.
no,
4-0.
that's fine. That's fine. I'm good. Yep."
Yeah,
Didn't miss much, bud.
Yeah.
yeah. And we talked about the Lightning for about 2 seconds before you hopped in.
So let's swing back over to the Lightning.
They're doing good,
Yeah.
you know. I can't complain. They're finally winning again. They had like a 3 losing streak, and now they're back to a 3 winning streak. So, excuse me, 2 win streak. So I can't be too upset. But yeah,
Lightning still doing lightning things.
they're doing Lightning things. They had a really rough time for like a week or two. They couldn't score. It was the weirdest thing.
Well, that's new.
They had a hard time scoring. I have no idea why. But they're back. They scored 6 against Columbus in their second game of that
Damn.
series, and they scored 3 in their last game, but they also gave up none. So it's a 3-0 win over, I believe, the red-hot Nashville Predators. So kept them off the board, which was nice. But yep, I'm excited. They also got David Savard. We talked about that a little earlier as well, Eric. Good ad, big defenseman on the right side, something they will use. And he'll be good in the playoffs. And actually, you know what? I'm going to ask this, Eric, because the other two didn't even, I brought it up and then they just sat there.
I think I know what it is. But ask.
Do you think that there will be any like animosity between David Savard coming into the Lightning? Because he was one of the guys that was like, you know, there's a rivalry there between Columbus and the Lightning. So what do you think's going to happen there? Probably nothing, but
So here's my David Savard memory in the infamous Tampa Bay Columbus series. I know you don't want to. Sorry to open up old wounds.
Speak of it.
But Victor Hedman was made to look like a pylon by David Savard. Just briefly, that one game. You remember that? Savard comes in, does a toey, and just somehow snipes short side. And I'm like, what?
I do remember that goal.
I do
actually.
too, because I did the same thing. I was like, what is that?
So
Turns out NHL players are all pretty good at hockey and can do
Freaking
things
A.
sometimes.
yeah. So that's a hot take, man.
You better do that for us now.
No, so that's what I'm saying. So I feel like I feel like maybe they'll have some chuckles about that.
I bet they fight
No,
I don't think
in the
they'll be
locker room.
I can't
No,
see it because
no,
think
they're not
about it. So Savard is leaving a Tortorella coach team, and I think that's just like a breath of fresh air, you know. Like he's
leaving Columbus and
As
then
well.
going
also
to
in-
Tampa.
yeah. So
Like,
so I think
Yes.
if anything, he's gonna be really excited to play there. And I think him. Oh man, like he's a big D man. So
He might play with Hedman.
yeah, that's what I was
Actually.
about to say. Yeah.
Because like their right side, Eric Chernak, but he always plays with McDonough.
Yep.
So they might put, David David
Which would
Savard
be
might
awesome.
actually play with Hedman. That'd be a really nice 1-2
That's
combo.
a huge defensive pairing. That's a huge defensive
That's
pairing.
big. One's super tall and one's super thick. Yeah, I'm
So
excited.
elegantly said.
Yeah. So anyway, guys, let's move on here. I guess the West is still the West. Same thing. Every week in, week out, same thing. Let me look. Is
Nobody gives a shit about the
there
West.
any streaks going on? No crazy streaks. St. Louis has a 3-win streak, so that's good for them.
Oh, they're actually doing something, eh?
Yep, Arizona's 1 point behind them for that 4th playoff spot. So San Jose is only 4 points out of that playoff spot, so San Jose could still sneak in there, try and go on a run. The other two, I mean, Anaheim's out. Los Angeles could still do it. They could still do it. But
And then all of Colorado, Vegas, and Minnesota
They're
are pretty
in.
solid.
They're
locked in at this point.
yeah, unless Minnesota
So-
goes on a just an absolute tank run.
I don't see St. Louis making up 7 points on them, or even
True,
Arizona
true,
8.
true.
So
While
I
we're
think
on the
they're set.
West, did you guys talk about the Dubnyk trade by any chance?
Oh no, I
No.
did not. Because that was a weird one.
That is a weird one in the West. It's so weird. Like the Avs, like I know the Avs are like in the West, but like the West Division. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just something still feels weird about it. But
Yeah.
yeah, so the Avs, because I guess Grubauer's still healthy, but I guess they had a weird backup situation there.
is Francouz like injured
yeah,
right now? Or something?
You know what it is? It's because they easily could have won the cup last year. And
That's true,
They
and then
had-
all
yeah.
their goalies got
And
hurt.
all
so
their
they're just
goalies
like,
got
they're
hurt.
not doing it this
so they're
time.
like, we're stacking our goalie
All the
lineup.
goalies.
Who can we get? Who else can we get?
Yeah. So yeah,
Henrik
Devin
Lundqvist as our 4th string.
Dubnyk. Yeah, why not?
Dude, that would be
Yeah,
sick,
and I-
actually.
I don't think they're gonna. Dubnyk's a serviceable backup. He's definitely not a
He'll
starter.
be-
We all know that. But
I think
I think
he'll
he's
be
gonna
the
be a-
third,
He's gonna be 3rd string probably. Yeah.
but he'll be a very serviceable 3rd string.
Yeah. Which if you have him as your 3rd string, like okay, yeah, that works.
You're in good shape. Yep. They are top of the league right now, 60 points, I believe.
That would make sense.
But yeah, so the West is the West. We'll go with that.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen. Just like every other episode, we're gonna end it off talking about some tasty treats, boys.
snack time with the boys.
I have it.
Is
I
that
have
the
it.
official segment name?
Snack time. Yeah, I gotta come up next
Boys.
season. Next season, I'm gonna come up with some kind of stupid stinger intro, and it's gonna be.
You gotta make it.
freaking
You gotta make
sweet.
like a big like flashy lights logo
yeah.
where it's like snack time and then in tiny
Yep.
with the boys.
I'm gonna.
Can I play like a jingle too? Can I use my iPhone audio and record me playing my drum kit right over there? Just
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh shit! Production value
yeah.
is gonna be
Yeah.
jumping
I'm gonna-
exponentially next year.
I'm gonna commission Danielle to make us the
Make a graphic.
animation. Yeah.
Oh, it's all coming together.
All right. No, I'm eating a cookie, but that's not what we're talking about today.
What are we talking about today?
Today we're gonna talk about Pop-Tarts, everyone's favorite breakfast. Well, a lot of people's favorite breakfast. Nick?
Before we get into the flavors of Pop-Tarts, there's 2 ways to eat a Pop-Tart. How do you eat them?
Do you raw dog it or do you toast it?
Is that the 2
Yes.
ways? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Please don't
I
call it raw
toast it.
dog it, by the way.
No, I'm going to. But I toast it.
So I toast it when I remember to toast it. Typically I don't. but when
Wait, walk that back. What do you mean when you remember?
sometimes I don't really
Dude,
eat Pop-Tarts
sometimes he
anymore.
gets halfway through. And he's
I used to eat them all the time,
I didn't toast
right?
it.
You two know that. I used to
Yeah.
eat them all the time.
You did.
And I used to toast them up in my mom's room.
Oh, yeah.
But when I eat them, like sometimes either A, you don't have a toaster, and sometimes you just forget. Like sometimes I'll just think I just want to eat one and just go. So if I do it, if I quote unquote and say it in Ben's terms, raw dog it. I'll
perfect. I'm
I
glad we're
always
sticking
eat
with
the
this.
outsides first.
Yeah.
What
Get the
the
shitty part out of
hell?
the way, and then just have frosting and bottom the rest of the way. Yeah.
Oh, so you like it's like it's like you're working for the good stuff, basically.
Yeah,
He
and
eats
sometimes
the
I'll even
bad part
eat the
first.
bottom piece off of it and just have the frosting layer.
What the hell?
That's
Okay.
like
That
All
I
right.
want, that's real interesting. It's really interesting.
I just bite into it, but that's just me.
Yeah, I just go from one end to the other. I've never once toasted a Pop-Tart. Never had a toasted Pop-Tart. Should I try one?
You are missing out, my friend. Please try it.
I like them toasted, yeah.
I
But I
shouldn't.
will say, toast it. Give them like 2 minutes, 2 or 3 minutes.
So I
then
shouldn't-
bite into it, or you can burn the
Burn
fuck
the
out of
shit
your
out of your
mouth.
tongue.
So I shouldn't take it out of the toaster with my mouth.
Right. Yep.
Okay.
I mean, unless you're feeling freaky like that,
Okay.
you know.
Okay. I would like to go to Eric. What's your go-to flavor of
I
Pop-Tarts?
really can't picture Eric eating a Pop-Tart.
I me neither. Anything
Neither
bad,
can
I can
I.
never
Dude.
picture him eating.
in high
Or-
school for like 3 years straight in high school. That was my
That was your
breakfast was
breakfast?
a package of Pop-Tarts. Terrible. I
Dude,
went to
that's
college
what
for
Dylan
nutrition.
did.
I went to college for nutrition.
Yeah,
What
but-
is that?
You hadn't had your formal training yet.
Yeah.
Also, Pop-Tarts are delicious. Yes. Okay. First thing I want to say.
A lot of sugar.
So my brother, he dunks many a thing, right? But Nick, when you
we
just
have talked
described
about
how
the
you
dunker.
eat that Pop-Tart, that's groundbreaking right there. So I commend you for that. I do.
I'm a weirdo. I know.
also the eating the outside around the frosting and then just getting the good frosting part. I used to do that all the time when I was a little kid. So that just brought back a memory.
Yes.
What
I'm
the
not
frick?
insane.
You're
There's
not the
two
only one,
people.
yeah.
There's two
Yeah,
of them.
yeah. But okay. So going into the Pop-Tarts though. Oh, also Mike, I am like you. I've never had a Pop-Tart toasted. Maybe once when I was little, but I gotta try it. So I will.
Yeah. It's on our list.
Yeah.
These guys
And
are
all right.
missing
So
out.
should I give the 1, 2, 3? Should I give the
Give us a
1, 2, 3?
1, 2, 3. Yeah.
1, 2, 3. My number one. This is the go-to, the classic frosted blueberry.
I like
Okay.
it. I like it.
My number 2. This is the controversial one. Brown sugar cinnamon.
Not controversial at all. That one's
I was
great.
gonna say that. I don't know about the
Okay.
controversial for that one.
Oh,
I
it's
thought-
okay.
That one,
thought
that
you
one's
were-
top tier. I bet you. If we had a big following and we pulled that, I think brown
that'd
sugar
be up
cinnamon
there.
is going to be very, very popular.
Okay.
I thought you were gonna say an unfrosted one, and I was gonna have to yell.
Yeah,
at
I was
you.
going to say, if you say I'm frosted, I'm going to kick your ass.
Oh Ben! Oh no, Ben!
So before we get to the ass kicking, I
It's
want to
like
just list my third Pop-Tart. And that is just for nostalgia purposes. I had a hard time with the third hot fudge sundae when I was a little kid.
Okay. I don't
Here's
think
the
I've
thing,
ever had
right?
that one.
A Pop-Tart is a breakfast treat. So when you can have something for breakfast called hot fudge sundae, you're just like,
Oh,
come
yeah.
on, like
I'll
that's
take it.
incredible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I think we've talked about it. I used to eat Pop-Tarts all the time in my mom's room when like our senior year. But
Yeah, like
I
2
never
seconds
had
ago.
like generically branded or like regular flavor Pop-Tarts. I always had like some weird fucking ones like hot fudge sundae or like peanut butter and jelly or like
Mhm.
they made some really weird
Mhm.
ones, right? They all
Huh.
tasted amazing. Like you think they're gonna taste gross and have a little hesitance to eat them, but as soon as you take a bite, you're like, "Holy fuck! It tastes just like what it's supposed to."
Explicit.
So what's your favorite, Nick?
No frickin' way, dude.
I'll let. You want me to go next?
Might as well.
Okay.
Keep her rolling.
Yeah.
So I'll do my 3, 2, 1.
Oh, he's going from bottom to top.
I
Oh,
would
he didn't have
probably
it ready.
say 3 is brown sugar cinnamon.
Okay.
2 is OG strawberry frosted,
That's a good
and
one.
1 is cookies and cream. That one is killer.
Cookies and cream.
Dude, that so it's a chocolate.
Right.
It's a chocolate Pop-Tart. It's not like
I
a normal.
know.
Yeah,
I
because
know, I
Dylan
didn't
had
like
them.
it.
That's what Dylan
Yeah,
used to eat all the
Dylan
time.
always ate those. Yeah.
Yeah. And actually, I'll give him the credit. He's the reason I like cookies and cream Pop-Tarts, and he's also the reason I like that cereal. You remember the cereal they used to have? It was in the bags. Like they bought big bag cereal.
yeah,
and it
they
was
had
like
big
Cocoa
big
Puffs
bags,
and
yeah.
like marshmallows and shit.
Bro, he would
Oh,
have
yeah.
fucking bag
Good,
of that
too.
at the time. That was nuts.
My God, he ate more than anyone I've ever
You know,
seen.
that's a guy I don't understand how he doesn't have diabetes.
Yeah, because
Holy
I remember
fuck.
he used to eat
We
monster
haven't talked to
bowls
him in a
of
while.
cereal and then eat like a half a gallon of ice cream.
And he would those fudge round cookies. What did he call them?
The big fudge rat. I don't know what he called
He had
them.
a
But
thing for him. Like he had some kind of name for him. But yeah, the fudge round, like little
the
Debbie
fudge rounds.
cookies.
He also ate a lot of oatmeal screamers too.
Yeah, those I remember that one. Those they called suckling barf cakes. I remember that one.
That every time you tell me that, I'm like,
no freaking idea, bud.
the oatmeal cream pies for everybody listening.
Yeah. yeah.
right,
Oatmeal
so-
screamers.
So Nick, what's your 1, 2, 3, or what you did 3, 2,
You
1. What's
said
your
that
3,
right.
2, 1 again?
Yeah.
What's your 3, 2, 1 again? Just
Brown sugar cinnamon,
Three.
OG frosted strawberry, and cookies and cream.
okay.
Cookies and cream is
All
your
right.
one. All right.
All right, I would like to find a reason to kick Ben's ass.
All right.
So Ben,
Y'all are gonna be very mad at this, but I
are you
don't.
saying unfrosted?
I don't like love Pop-Tarts, but the one that I always got when I was younger was you know what the chocolate chip ones are? Where it's got
Okay,
chocolate
yeah.
filling on the inside and it's kind
Yep.
of like covered in like chocolate chips throughout, and then it's got the chocolate drizzle across it.
Drizzle, yeah.
Okay.
You know what? That's
the one I like.
excusable.
That's
That's
the one I
excusable.
like.
That's
That's
not
the
a regular unfrosted. That's okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking like the
If you're talking, like,
unfrosted.
The
Like
strawberry unfrosted. They taste like shit. I had one the other day accidentally.
He accidentally found out he was eating unfrosted.
Okay. But yeah,
I'm also not a big Pop-Tart guy. I'm just not a big sweet things guy. So all of our food talk that we've had, except for like the Five Guys thing, I've just not been that into. But I'll give you 3. I'll try and give you 3. So my top is definitely brown sugar cinnamon, 100%. That's just the one that I love. And second is the blueberry, frosted blueberry with Eric. So we've got 2 of the same. And then I think my third would be the wild berry one, the one that's got like the frosting's like purple, and then it's got like a blue like trail going through it.
That one's pretty good too.
That's like my third. But yeah, not a big Pop-Tart guy.
glad to escape on this kick.
So if I remember
You
our
better watch
conversation from this weekend, our next week's topic of discussion is not going to be a food. It's going to be a drink.
Yes,
We're gonna
yes,
do-
it is.
I think I missed this.
Gatorade or
Oh.
Powerade.
Because this freaking guy, me and Danielle and Nick are out on the course. And I go to drive away to go up to my ball, and all I hear is this freaking guy say, Powerade's better than Gatorade. I almost flipped a Yui.
for next week.
I almost flipped a Yui and ran his ass over. No, not really. But yeah, so that's what we're gonna be talking about.
Little teaser.
And yeah, it could come to fisticuffs.
If you want to hear something for the following week, drop a comment.
Yep,
We'll do it.
We love those comments. Keep them coming. But does anybody have any last second things they would like to talk about before I wrap it up?
I think I'm good.
Looks like a no. All right. Thank you all for watching. Drop a comment down below. Leave a like. Hit subscribe. All the fun things. And we'll see you in the next one.